Good morning. Good to have your company. Thank you so much for choosing the national broadcaster. So excited. That's why you got me off board. Excited to have my guest for the morning. We always do this. That is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday from there at 10 a.m. Continuing to celebrate the women out there in their various fields, like we always put it. We celebrate them wherever they are, listening to aspirations and knowing that we can do much better as an organization to bring them up front. That is what we do as a national broadcaster. We're coming to you live from Broadcast House, Naila Avenue. And as we wind up this very week, I'm having a great guest on the show, a remarkable woman. She's a role model, she's a mentor, she has groomed and trained so many entrepreneurs out there, and she wishes well for all the women out there. She has a big heart. I'm telling you, I'm honored to be having her on a particular episode this Wednesday. Maybe just more about a distinguished guest for the day. She's from private sector, and she's into the private sector industry as well as the industrial development. And more about her, she's not just a project coordinator of the Grow project at the Private Sector Foundation Uganda, and she also spearheads initiatives that drive business development and economic growth, but also serves as the chairperson of the ITC, that is Directorate of Industrial Training. And with her area of expertise and extensive expertise, she has she's a driving force behind the advancement of entrepreneurship, skill development, and industrial innovation in our nation. I am talking about Mrs. Kasolo. Well, our guest for the day, you're most welcome. We've been honored on this particular platform. We had women from aviation, women from health, women from ICT, and yes, they salute the government for all the support that is giving to them. And wrapping up this very week and having someone from PSFU, as someone who is fostering innovation, it really works wonders for us. Thank you for honoring the invitation. And for you who is watching us, we're welcoming Dr. Ruth Aisha Biyenzika Kasolo. You're most welcome.
Thank you very much.
Maybe just greeting the viewer and letting them know something unique about you.
Okay. Thank you very much, our viewers. It's an honor for me to be on the show. It's actually quite interesting learning that I started my career at 19 years. 19 years of age is when I started my career, when I was actually just waiting to enter my university, and that is when I started, volunteering in my community, and it's my dad that really pushed me into that. And I do remember that when I left university, I was already working on a DFID project. It's not a small thing, leaving university and you have a job that is giving you $1 million with a car, with all these things. But why am I saying it is because my dad pushed me into running into the communities, setting up, there used to be initiatives in my community for setting up circles, the way that Emyoga is, but this movement started way back in around 1997, 1998. And my dad, in Kampala, because I'm born in Kampala, Plan International was doing a lot of initiatives and they wanted leaders. So my dad told me, I am not leaving you home. And that is how my journey started. And for me, whenever I talk about uplifting women, the men have a key role to play. There is no single woman that has been uplifted by a man that is down. A number of times the force that we get from men is actually extremely very important. And I want to upload all the fathers there that are watching, that if you want women to be who they are, please give them that push and the voice. It just means a lot. So my journey started there. And then later on, I had to move, and I was heading operations at 22 years. And in over almost 50 districts of Uganda at that small age, a very small young person, and I was moving everywhere on a DFID program and EU program. It was big by that time, but I think I had the courage. And then, I have so many stats. If I tell people I did my first house at 22 years in Kampala, and I built a house at 22 years, it's not a small achievement. If you have a house with 3 bedrooms with a garage at 22 years, is not a small thing. You get my point.
Yes.
It's not a small thing. And if I talk about how many talks I've done, they are in millions. If you can, even right now, there are people who see me right now and see my videos. There are so many, when I'm speaking to people, empowering people, they think I've just said it now. I said it so many years back. There are people right now in public service that I talked to in Changwanza when I was just 26 years. 26 years, and I was speaking, and most of them are now principals, they are now senior guys, and they're like, you talk to me.
No
there are many people
around.
I have
Everyone was supporting you.
That I put the brains in them to start building their own house.
They weren't like,
because they were renting, and I was like saying, you cannot be renting at 35.
They weren't like, it's a woman
years.
who's talking to us.
No. So for me, I've really, my work has been allowing people to just realize the potential they have. And for me, that's extremely very important. And that's why for me, at 24 years, 26, 24, 25, I'd already done my master's. So it's like so many things I've been able to do. And even by that time, I'd already gone to China to start trading in China, going to Guangzhou to do all these things. So for me, there are so many things that I've been able to do
a woman
in a very short time.
So much more.
In a very short time. And right now, when I look at my career and the way, the things that I've been able to do to my family, to my friends, and to so many. I remember when I had my child, I have one of my youngest child, I gave birth to her in 2019. And for me, my baby shower, the team that did for me my surprise baby shower, I said, let's start a club. And we started saving 1 million. Every single man that came contributed 1 million. And as I speak right now, we bought land. We have an estate of land on Gayaza Road. Just like that. We said, let's save. And then what happened? We bought a chunk of land. Big land, everybody, we even celebrated
so someone
with
has
our
to really
titles.
look out for
so I am not a woman
an opportunity.
of gossip. I am just a woman of action. I'm not a woman who just wants to be celebrated. I'm a woman who wants to make changes in the lives of others. And that is what I've been able to do. I've been recognized among the top 20 under 40. And I won that award some time back. I am serving in various capacities. I'm also on the Presidential CEO Forum Board. And I'm glad to be behind a number of these interventions. And UBC has been covering them, organizing a number of them. I sit on the board of the National Curriculum Development Center. And I'm actively involved in ensuring that we have the right curriculum for our young people. There's another company government has just set up to support scientists to do business. And we are doing the first mangoes in Uganda from Kagogwa. Forget about these other mangoes, but Kagoga mangoes, the first one in East Africa. Because they say, it's not even possible to do it. We are going to do it. And the factory will be launched in December.
And you're having more women?
Yes, by His Excellency the President. So there are many things that we are doing around. And I think for me, what I really want to talk about today is to see how do we support women to be what they are, who they can be. And also, what are those challenges that women will find along the way? Like, if you become a young parent, how can you grow above? What are those things that you can be to succeed in your business, but also in your career? I'm so much interested in talking about that. But I'm also open to see what you ask me.
Amazing. Yeah. I'm speechless right here. A great work that Dr. Ruth is doing. We salute you, and we commend you for all that you've done, especially lifting the sisters out there. And you being an inspiration to many of them, because I see the comments coming through. But anyways, get into our conversation. She's from PSFU, and you are spearheading the project you are the project coordinator of the Grow project at the PSFU Foundation Uganda. Tell us more about it. How can we tap into it? I know most of the women out there would love to be part of such an initiative.
Now, the Grow project is a new project. It's growth, opportunities, and productivity for women entrepreneurs. It's a project specifically for women entrepreneurs or enterprises owned by women. When we say enterprises owned by women, we are talking about any enterprise that has shareholding of 51%. It could owned by women. When I say women, it could be your wife, it could be your daughter, it could be your mom, it could be your sister. But I think what we are trying to do is we want to have more women be actively involved in business. There are so many businesses we have in this country, and it's very absurd that men make us work in the family businesses, but they don't give us ownership. There are many women that are working today, including all of us, but sometimes you are into these businesses and they are like your businesses as a family, but as a woman you're not anywhere.
Your name is not anywhere on the documentation.
Anywhere. And many women have worked all their lives. Unfortunately, you even bring up children, and a day comes and they're your bosses, and it's so absurd.
I know,
you get
the
it?
family
So
succession.
we are trying to see that women are given a chance to own and run businesses that are able to grow and be sustained. That is the focus of the GROW project. The GROW project is a Government of Uganda project with a grant from the World Bank. We are glad that this grant is staying. You know, a number of grants, you know, with this challenge we have right now.
With time they fade away.
With the challenge we have at the moment, where we have World Bank stopping everything,
I understand.
we are glad that all existing programs have gone on. And I think importantly, this is the largest grant dedicated for women that Uganda has ever gotten in its history. Even in East Africa, it's the largest. And I think we must use this particular opportunity as women. We are doing this program. The Ministry of Gender is the lead ministry for this particular program, and we are working with them. And it has a number of interventions. I want to start with those interventions that PSFU is directly doing, and I think I will slightly talk about what is with the Ministry of Gender, because I know that the ministry might come in to also offer more light, but we work together. We work together on this. Now, under PSFU, we are going to support women to have technical and trade sector skills. What are we talking about? If any woman is in a sector, let me say tailoring or bakery or food processing, or you're doing yogurts and you want to learn more, have technical skills on how to make that particular product better, we will give you the support 100% to go ahead and get the training you need. We are going to have a partnership with Uganda Industry Research Institute or any other. And today, those that are watching in the New Vision adverts, New Vision papers, we have put an advert calling upon all institutions, vocational institutions offering training in technical areas, and also those that are working in refugee areas. We will be able to offer this support for free. Now, after getting a technical skill that now you know your yogurt, the next challenge would be packaging and branding. Will you still come back and we'll give you support for that? And then from there, the next challenge would be UNBS certificate. We will go ahead and give you the support to have the UNBS certificate.
Because those are some of the challenges that the women have been citing
then
out.
After that, the lady will tell me, I have an issue with marketing. I'll go ahead and give you support in marketing, even if it is abroad.
So there is a follow-up.
Even if you
until the person gets some market.
Even if you say, I want to go to UK, I want to go to Congo, I want to go to Sudan, I want to sell my products there, I will go ahead
and support,
and give you the money to go and for that export, to go and get those partners. Now, once you get the order and you say, now I want capital, working capital, we will have loans at subsidized rates for women. We have already advertised asking for banks that are going to work for us. So you realize that it's a long intervention, and it's the first comprehensive package a woman has ever received in this country. We are not looking for women who are not yet ready. If you're watching me and you're just thinking, you're not ready for me, no.
You're just still thinking.
You are not ready.
You have not done the paperwork.
Those can go to PDM. Okay? We are looking for women that are saying, I am ready to graduate from PDM and go and grow. From micro, I want to become small.
Does that mean
small,
a woman,
I want to go to medium?
A woman can approach you on a video basis. They already have their enterprise.
Yes.
Not only just a group of members.
Yes.
They have like maybe you could say they already have a group formulated.
They can
also walk up to you.
They can approach us individually. They can approach us through associations. If they are able to approach us through associations, the better. Because then they are easier to actually. Right now as I speak, we are already receiving applications or interests from those in associations. We are already working with associations of Uganda Women Entrepreneurs Association. We are going to work with CASITA because we are looking for women in services and trade. We are going to work with the Creative National Curriculum Forum, National Culture something forum, I think, where Ragadi is. We have already met all women in the creative sector industry, the Nandu Jazz, the Cindy's, those in film, even Zubedas, you know, all those
so
people.
So it's embracing all women from different sectors.
Now, when you have them together in associations, it becomes easier. It becomes easier for me to
How about those that are they have the shares?
If
they have companies that have
shares. If the company is already organized, we are going to put an advert anytime soon this month, and we'll ask them to apply. However, right now, before the advert, go to Uganda Women Entrepreneurs Association, go to Uganda Small Scale Industries Association. We are also going to work with the Myogas for women entrepreneurs. We are going to work with them. You can go there because those are some of the entries that we have at the district. And we will work at the district level. The Minister of Gender is already working on that arrangement to work with the DCO and the Labour Officer. So those two at the district level would actually be extremely very helpful, and also the Women Council. So where we are failing to get the right leads of women, the Women Council per district will actually help us to ensure that we get the right people. Now, those were the things in PSFU, okay? So in PSFU, but now in gender, they are going to be offering what they call a core course. Many women are in business, but they are struggling with soft skills. There are many women who don't even know how to speak. You go to a store and ask her, now you're selling fish, dry fish. Yes, madam. How much? 10,000, 15. And then you ask her, okay, books. I want you to supply to my hotel, and I want you to give me maybe, how many fish can you give me a week, a month? Madam, I'm not so sure. Maybe, how much will you sell me? They are not so sure. Women cannot think. They cannot negotiate. They cannot relate on managing and all growth. So all these issues that women face in day-to-day in soft skills that are behavior in nature, we are going to address it. The Ministry of Gender is working with Makerere University Business School, and this one is going to be addressed. And that is very critical. People don't understand that there are many women in this country that are really working, but they don't make a profit. They are working in losses. A woman would go and sell their matoke. Let me tell you, they are innovative. Downtown they are working so hard, but they don't know how much profit they are making. You know, the moment somebody sells a bunch of matoke, I sell it at 10,000. I buy it at 10,000. I sell it at 15. You think 5,000 is a profit? She is not counting her transport. She's not counting her time.
With your findings,
she's not counting the space that she's
what are
using.
they saying?
She's not counting the loan. She gets the loan. So all those issues, actually, the reason why businesses in Uganda are failing is because it is those critical skills that women are failing to have.
Is it because they're not keen, they're not paying attention?
They are just, some of them are just not aware. They are people, not everybody is naturally born as an entrepreneur. So people who are entrepreneurs, even when they are not educated, they can count up to dot. But there are many people who do businesses for just fashion. You know, I want to be seen that I'm into business.
I want to be a CEO.
In reality, you are making losses. You're not making, because you don't even know. So we want to break down and make it simpler. If it means teaching them in Nunyoro, we'll do it. If it means teaching them in Uganda, we'll do it. If it means teaching them in Nunyankole, we will do it to ensure that a woman is able to run a business and know I'm making a profit. There are women who do not know how to even, market their products.
Yet the beautiful markets.
I always tell women, you don't have to rent my ideas. You don't. You can even work from home. We have TikTok. We have Facebook. We have your WhatsApp groups. You can use them to market your products. I want to tell you something. I have been doing this, talking to people for the last 17, 18 years. All right, if you go back 18 years, 19 years, you see a lot of things I've done.
Yes.
And I worked with Centenary Bank to do the Superwoman. And I used to move across the country to train women. I worked with the public service 15 years, 17 years ago.
I'm sure the Superwoman was really a success.
But I can tell you, many people, and I've been to most of your TV stations, but I'm telling you, there are many people who did not know who I was until
they met you in person.
No. Until I opened up a TikTok account. I have just had a TikTok account for 3 months. In 3 months, I have over 50,000 followers and over 300,000 or 200,000 likes. And my videos have been shared to millions of Ugandans.
With that mentorship?
Millions of Ugandans in 3 months. And I put on very old videos that I did like 7 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. And people are like, wow, where have you been?
Where have you been?
So interesting. This is so what and what. And you know, when you use TikTok, people share. So there are many people.
What are some of those other projects or initiatives that you've been part of?
No, let me not lose my point.
Okay.
Now, the kind of people that I've reached to, I want to tell Ugandans that if you're doing your cakes, get a TikTok account. It's not costly. You're going to
own a smartphone.
You get it? We are using these smartphones, but you know, people are looking at, you know, how do you convince somebody to love you? Why do you waste time convincing somebody to love you? Make money, they will love you. They will think you're relevant. So I was talking about how do we use ICT to grow your business. That was the point I was trying to make.
And have returns
There
come
are many
through.
women in Kampala that are renting and all the profits are going into rent. I have been there. I had about 5 chains of shops. And you realize that all your money is going into rent. And you don't have to make rent. There are some of them that are selling their clothes just online. And the money they are making per day is even higher than somebody
someone who
renting a
wakes up
shop.
and sits in town
You
the
get
whole
it.
day.
You sit in a shop, you need transport, you need food
You have
every
to
day.
feed every day.
And most of them eat a lot. So by the time you sit in a shop on a daily basis, you've eaten 30,000. You have not made a profit of 30,000. If you add on transport, you spend 50,000 a day. You have not made it, and you're in town. So that was the point I was trying to make.
Imagine at the end of the week,
yes,
the expenses.
Yes, that was the point I was trying to make, that women
Amazing.
can actually be able to use ICT to make money. You can use your WhatsApp groups where you have for the church, for the community, to tell guys, you know what, I am making liquid soap. I can come and do your fumigation. I can come and do the cutting of the grass at home. And then you are able to do business.
Start small.
Even with little education, even with little capital, you can be able to say, wow, this morning I have the freshest jackfruit at home. I can be able to deliver it for you. You can buy packing, which is cheaper,
Before you know
and you
it,
deliver
someone
it.
already has
Before you
an
know it,
appetite
you
growing.
have bought a jackfruit of 20,000 or 25,000, and you've made 100,000 or 70,000. And here you are. You do not need a lot of money to start.
Wow, women out there, the passion and the energy, amazing. Good to know that you're watching this episode. Now, just getting to some of the initiatives or projects that you've been part of that have fostered growth. I know there are so many.
Yeah, but I didn't finish what is on GROW as well. We have a apprenticeship
The GROW
program.
project at PSFU.
No, that we are doing with Ministry of Gender. The GROW project is in totality.
Yes.
It's GROW in PSFU, GROW in gender. We are one team. The only thing is that when it comes to actual getting to the people, there's one who leads what.
Okay.
Now, the other things that people have to know is that there's money for apprenticeship. We want to give a chance to young women to get mentors, but also get into companies of their choice.
Regardless of the age bracket?
Regardless, the moment you're a woman, regardless, you have a chance to get into a company of your choice and then get that information you've always and skills you've always wanted. And by the time you leave, you go with a startup toolkit to start your business. That is exciting. We are going to have money for an innovation competition where we are going to support 1,000, imagine 1,000 women getting up to 100 million for free, It sounds like a dream, you know, getting 100 million. If somebody tells you, I'm going to give you 100 million, Sandra, what would you do with 100 million?
It's a jackpot.
You get it? And it is in all sectors. All we need is something innovative, and then you're able to get the 100 million. So the money is there, 100 million. And I want to call upon young people with brains. If you have left school, you have no job, you have your brains. Think through something. Even when you did not go to school and you cannot write English, put your thing in your local language. If it's innovative, they will get you people, they'll pick it up, and they'll get you somebody to put it into reality. Or you can partner with people that are educated, partner with scientists, and then you're able to put this into reality. So that one would also be there. And also one of the other things that the ministry is going to do is to ensure that facilities where women are mostly working, they have put their services and and infrastructure that make it easier for a woman to work in a stimulating environment. For example, a number of people working in places without breastfeeding facilities, without areas for changing. You know, you can't change what you're putting on. You can't shower.
Yeah,
you
those
can't
are some of the
access ICT
challenges
facilities.
the women have been
So we are
citing
looking
out.
at a number of those areas where women are working.
Yeah,
to
they're
make sure that
working.
we make some realities to these women.
Those are some of the complaints they've been bringing forth on this platform, having organizations that help them breastfeed their children, and maybe some of the other opportunities that are there in different organizations, but they're like, these are not for women, so make sure you don't apply.
Yeah. True. But this one is for women. And for the men that are watching, please don't put on a skirt. You don't have to put on makeup. We'll trace that you're a man. Our interest is women. The best you can do is open up that company and give it to women. And they run. And women, once these men, because men would like to use this money, make sure if they give you those shares because they want to get our money, never return back those shares. Because they are yours. You enjoy the moment and grow that business. So we are looking, however, businesses that are owned by women that are employing men, the men will be able to benefit. If it's a training program, you have a salon, and then you're training women, and these women are employing men, the men will benefit.
Okay.
If you have a company that has a man, maybe it's your husband or your brother, and is a shareholder, and there's an opportunity, probably you want to go and promote your coffee, this person would also be part of that team to go. So I think that we are not leaving men behind, but we are saying this is a time for women. The same way we have a vice president that are a woman, a prime minister that is a woman, and a speaker that is a woman. This is our time.
Amazing. Well, can you share some of, maybe an example of a successful collaboration between the PSFU, now that you're a chairperson for the ITC? Yeah, how it fosters development?
PSFU has been involved in a lot of things. I don't even know where to start. I want to share maybe some of the things that we've been able to do as PSFU under especially the interview, because I've been also working on the Skills Development Facility, SDF, for some time. And also, I think as a chair of DIT as well, I have seen people that we've been able to skill and empower in Katwe that had never gone to school, and but they knew what they were doing. We gave them skills, got empowered, they got certification from DIT, and they are now having tenders. They are managing even garage contracts in Kenya, in Tanzania, and recently we worked with Safeway Right Way. Safeway Right Way is an organization that was formed as a collaboration with Ministry of Works, Balowe, Total, and others as well. And it's training truck drivers. It's in Mukono. As you move out of Mukono, you sit down there. We worked with them. We gave them support and bought 2 large trucks for free. You know these oil trucks, the big ones. We bought 2 of them. They're very expensive, but we bought them for training purposes. Why? Because we had a challenge that Ugandans, most of the trucks were being driven by Somalis. And we wanted to have more Ugandans to get into this sector, because it's critical for the oil and gas. And we had very few women. So what we did is to work with Safeway Right Way, and we asked them, what was the challenge? They said, for you to be allowed to sit on this truck, they do not recognize the Ugandan permit. You have to go through what they call the East African Curriculum Permit. And we gave them a chance, we gave them funding to have that testing here, to get that East African assessment in Uganda. So Safeway Right Way has it. And we bought these large 2 trucks that people can use for running. You know, because if you cannot train somebody to, they call these trucks the one that have, they call it big stomachs behind. No,
the big
that carry petrol. Yes, those ones. They are so huge, and you must be sober to drive them. And it's not easy to get experience. You need to have it to drive it, and nobody is willing to offer theirs. So we funded them. We bought some of them. I think we spent about 600 million to buy 2 of them. And what happened is that we said we need girls, women, to be drivers of that. Wow. So we funded this, and the cost went a little bit down, and they are still ongoing. And all the people that are getting that kind of training, they are now all employed. And now you can go to Safeway right away, even right now, and go for their training. The cost is being subsidized because we funded initially 200 drivers. We added in another 200, and it's now working. The other interesting one that we've also done is we have been able to support, because, you know, the challenges that we had before with the oil and gas again, we didn't have, you know, most of Ugandans were saying, where do we go? Where you know, they have this, Ugandans have this thing saying, now where do I go? How do they say that slogan? Now to go Ingewa. We're talking about oil and gas, how do we? So we worked with Nakawa, we worked with Nakawa Vocational, Nawanyago, Kabasi, to make sure that now vocational, to make sure that these institutions are accredited to offer trainings for oil and gas. City and Guilds, but also the one for Opita, but also for the one for the welders, which is under the US. So, and even as I speak right now, it wasn't easier because for you to be accredited to offer the training here, it was a long process. And as I speak right now, at least now, Ugandans can be, they are no longer, Ugandans are no longer saying we don't have where to go for this particular training. It is happening. We have worked with women, wives of soldiers in Bombo Barracks. And I want to applaud these ladies, amazing ladies, fantastic ladies. They are doing a lot of interesting work. And these ladies were, you know, wives of our soldiers who are really befitting to get this support. They are quite many. I think they are about 500, 600 women. And right now, as I speak, they have a strong bakery. They supply bread and cakes in the whole of Bombo town.
Amazing.
Even in the barracks.
They're ready to work.
They are ready to work. They have a very strong ICT center. It makes business. They have a dry cleaning facility. And they got funding from SDF. And I think that for me,
Instead
that is quite amazing.
We
have worked with prostitutes here in Kampala.
They formed associations.
And they have turned around to start doing business. And for me, that is extremely very important. We have worked with Mukono University to start the first certificate and diploma in budding. Why is budding important? It's one of the, Uganda has the largest number of buds in East Africa. And I think it could even be the largest in Africa. And we have a number of tourists who just come to watch buds. And you know, you see them looking into these things. You know, people leave their homes far away in California
the different
to come and start looking at birds and all that, and you know, and it's quite exciting. But there are many Ugandans that do not know that this is a business.
That we can tap
and
so
when
much
they
from
come
it.
here, they want somebody that can explain. Oh, that one is a crested crane. This one is so and so. You explain and put on the interesting, you know, things about it. And we have been funding that as under SDF at PSFU to ensure that there is a curriculum to have people train in these particular areas. We have funded a number of innovations. We have worked with a number of, I think, organizations. Not even I think, we've worked with a number of organizations. Right now as PSFU, you have seen that we are working on opening up borders in Uganda. You have seen PSFU supporting nations
to bridge the gap that is between.
PSFU has funded, you know, trade in Congo. You know, Ugandans went to Congo, Southern Sudan, Somalia, Serbia even recently, to make sure that our products are able to go there. And in the coffee sector, we are doing a lot of work. Under the Young Africa Works, we are making Ugandans, young people, we are creating employment to over millions of Ugandans to ensure that they are able to have, you know, open up their products to the international market. And that is very important because a number of times we are talking about unemployment. What is causing unemployment? Because people don't know what to do. Now, when you open up the markets, it becomes much more easier for you to be able to support people to go and market their products, do product development, and this is what we are doing as well.
Wow, amazing work that PSFU is doing, and of course some of the challenges that Dr. Ruth was pointing out and how they've bridged that gap when it comes to industrial development and also achieving more to do with the economy. And just getting to some of the innovations, the role of innovation, you cited most of them. When it comes to innovation, the women innovating and they're not even earning so much, they don't even have the returns because maybe they lack the knowledge. In your own opinion, what role does innovation play that is to do with driving the sustainability of our economic development?
Yeah. Innovation is very, very important because when you look at if you look at the top Forbes 100 biggest, richest people in the world. If you look at the sectors they are in, most of them are driven by innovation. And I think that we need to think through. If you look at China, recently some of my friends have been there, and I'm going there again. I was there before, so many years back. I want to go back. What is driving China? Even when they closed off the world, they were working, innovating. If you don't work on innovation, and innovation is driven in the fact that the scientists behind this innovation must be well paid, must be motivated. At the lower level of education, we must encourage our young children to love sciences and innovation. We must be able to update the people involved in the career guidance on the options in the market. I can tell you, a number of our children are told to do courses that don't have demand. It's very absurd. I was in Singapore, and they already knew the skills for the future. They are talking about skills for the future.
At which
you
age?
Get it? At a young stage. So somebody knows we have to do robotics. We have to look at nanotechnology. We are not thinking about it. They are still teaching us things that will not have jobs now. We should be talking about what jobs will be demanded in the next 20 years. Meaning that is what you start teaching
we need to
now.
Start now.
You see, if I'm at senior 4 or senior 6 and I make a choice, by the time I finish in 5 years, those jobs must be the one on demand. But we are doing the reverse. You get it? And that is a problem. When you think about people, when you think about how we are interesting, and I want to thank His Excellency the President. The President has been among a few people in this country. Actually, he has been the lead promoter of innovation. Many people don't understand. They don't appreciate. And I do remember when I was still a very small lady at 23 years. By the time I was a bit small, I had a chance to work with Makerere University under the innovation, and I'm actually serving on the board of Makerere University Holding Company. I forgot to talk about it. And I had a chance to work with the university people under the Innovation Classes program. And by that time, there were all these scientists. We had Lubobi, we had Professor Jebi Tuliajenda, who left, Professor Barnabas Nawange, who was still a dean of the Faculty of Technology by that time, Lugujo, and many, many, many others. And I do remember I used to always tell them, you guys, I have no respect for you because you're not doing anything. Why do you want me at 23? I used to tell them that. I don't have to respect you. Why should I respect you when you can't even make a needle? You get it? and I think that for me, and I think by that time, the president had not yet realized, and Professor Kahunde by that time as well. And I think when the president came up with supporting them to do innovations, you can see a lot of things coming out from the university. Now, the company I talked about, now Zili, where I'm the chairperson of the board, the president identified scientists in Makerere under the food technology through FONAS. He told them, he saw what they were doing with Professor Kahunde when he was still heading the Faculty of Food Technology. If you go there, I don't know if you've gone there, if you go there right now, the things that these people do is amazing. So you know what happened? The president told them, I'm interested in what you're doing. By that time he was doing Mulondo. You know Mulondo wine? I know men are excited about it. Because it's good for them. Even my cameraman is very excited about the Mulondo wine. So Professor Kahunde was doing the Mulondo wine. And the president was saying, you know what, I'm excited, you guys, what you're doing. Can I work with you and do a little bit more? They did research, and Muzei was so keen because in northern Uganda there are so many mangoes that are rotting and you do not have where to put them. And these people wanted something to do with these mangoes. They told Muzei, these mangoes can never make juice because of the thread materials. Now, the guys in Makerere said, Muzei, the guys in Makerere led by Professor Kahunde and the FONAS, they call them FONAS. They said, Muzei, we will go and research and see if we can look for technology that can make sure these mangoes can turn into juice. Muzei gave them the seed capital to go and do this research. They did the research and they got a mobile processor. They went to Yumbe and northern areas. They went and picked all these mangoes in their things and they put them into sacks, got the juicer and did the technology. And finally it worked. Amazing. It took some time, but he believed it was not easy at all. Now when it worked, His Excellency the President said, okay, I am going to, you don't have the money, but you have the brains. I am going to fund you to start a company that is owned by you scientists and the locals. I'll put in as government, I'll put in and become a shareholder. And that is how Neozili started. Neozil is this company where I'm the chair of the board. I've just been appointed as a chair of the board. And what does it have? They have a fully fledged factory in Yumbe. The equipment, the president's initiative put in 30 billion. The machines are already there.
Are we able
the
to
farmers in Aringa, the Aringa farmers are the shareholders in this company, and the scientists and government through UDC. And government allowed the scientists to be the largest shareholders.
What a great collaboration.
That is amazing.
Amazing.
You
Great
get
collaboration,
it?
yes.
Amazing. Come December, this factory is going to be launched. It's already working. We are just waiting for the season.
And we shall be able to export
these
as
farmers,
well.
of course, we are calling upon, we want to work with Coca-Cola. We want to work with this Britannia. All these people, please stop importing pulp. The pulp is now here. And we want to make sure that they are able to work. This is an initiative. And for me, innovation, imagine, this kind of innovation is going to support millions of people with mangoes. You know Kagogwa, you don't even have a farm. And everybody in northern Uganda. And after finishing, we are coming to all your areas in Buganda that have mangoes. You have Kagogwa, meaning you guys,
and
you
I
are going to
can't tap out of it.
You get it? You are going to be getting all this just like that. Because already we see a lot of demand. And Kagogwa mangoes are the most sweetest.
And they exist, I'm sure they do exist in every region.
Definitely.
So we won't be complaining about employment.
So you see what innovation can do? You get it? We are going to employ people at the factory, over 100 workers. But also we are going to work with millions of farmers in the value chain.
Yes.
And I think for me that is amazing. This is what innovation can do. But it can only happen if you have somebody that has a vision. I can tell you it is only Muzei, His Excellency the President, that had this vision. Other people were sleeping. They were not supporting these scientists. And he really woken up. And recently, when we had the presidential CEO forum, I told Muzei, those people in offices that do not understand what it means to work in business, they should leave their offices. Wow. Because there are many people in businesses, there are many people that have business ideas that are frustrated. If it wasn't because of the courage of these scientists, it would not have happened.
Many people are sitting behind their desks.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. They are sitting, but also people come in for support, and they don't help. Why does it take? There's even a very interesting one for cotton. Some guys working in Mutuma, working on cotton in recently when I was in Iganga. That's something. Sometimes you need the president to come. Why do you need the president to come out? What if he's not there anymore? Does it mean that Uganda would not grow?
Government at Uyambe.
You get it? We have sometimes people sitting in the wrong offices doing the wrong things.
Are you getting complaints coming through for those who have failed to get like the funding or the support that you're giving out?
I think for us, the project that now I'm working on, the Grow project, it is new. It is about 800 billion shillings. We are just starting. We've not even yet given out 1%. We are just starting.
Others do complain and like, maybe my application, I did not know how to formulate the right application. I didn't approach the right people.
But I think that I will encourage people to come to attend our information meetings. I encourage them to go through associations, because if, for example, you're a pineapple farmer and you come together, you're a tailor, come through the Tailors Association. It becomes easier to do that intervention than one person. I think when you apply a loan, at times it's so hard. It is so hard. You will ask so much. This is an opportunity to join a platform, to join an association, and this association can now come to us. It will become easier. If you're already a large company, you will still come. We'll give you the support. But first come, first serve. Yeah. But it's for all Ugandans. It's
for all Ugandans. Hearing it come from you would be really amazing for the viewers watching, especially the women who have been on this platform. Are you inspiring maybe a word of encouragement or advice to the entrepreneurs out there who already have enterprises existing, or maybe on an individual basis? Yeah.
I want to say to women entrepreneurs that running business is not easy. I have closed some. Last year, I closed 2.
At least you went on through the COVID process.
Yes, and I closed 2. I closed 2 businesses. I still have some that are running personally. I am involved in family businesses as well, because I have to support my husband in the family businesses as well. But I think as a woman entrepreneur, it is hard work. I always say it is hard work because you're still a mother. You're still a wife if you're married. If you're not married, you're still a woman leader. You know, women take up so much roles for the family. And actually, if men understood a girl is actually more valuable than a boy. Boys are precious. I know you're precious, you boys, but
they're born precious.
Once a woman is empowered, once a woman has money, every person in the family will feel it. I can tell you. A woman would never allow their parents to go hungry. A woman would never allow her brother to struggle. A woman would never allow a family to be there without a house. A woman would always prioritize not only her family where she comes from, but also her husband's family. They also become your responsibility. A woman that is empowered would ensure her children come out appropriately with whatever they need. And this is what it means to empower a woman. How I wish men would understand this. And I want to thank the modern men of today who really think that a woman can even be a heir. Why not? Why not, after all, these boys sell all the properties? And the girls can keep these properties. But some of you say, you know the lineage, you know this lineage. Hasn't the Queen of England been the Queen of England? Wasn't she a woman? Didn't she keep the lineage? You people, sometimes you just mess up around. You should not mess up with women. Women have a lot in them. And I want to tell the business women that to manage a business, it needs courage. It needs you to learn every single day. Where you see an opportunity to learn, use it. Where there are cases where you have challenges and you have turbulences in businesses, just take heed. Just know that an entrepreneur, what keeps you there is falling and raising up again. Please have the right networks. A number of us have the wrong networks. Use networks that help you to grow your business, that help you to learn, but are not meant for gossip. You know, for me, I always say, if you want to succeed, avoid negative energy. For me, I do not want anybody. I do not want, let me tell you, I don't want you to come and tell me things that are negative, because I'm fine, I'm happy. Now you come and tell me something negative and it will turn around my, I don't want it, don't tell me. I am enjoying my life, I am living my life, take away your gossip. I don't want gossip. I want things that help me to move across ahead. There are not so many women that are watching that are better than you. Many of us, you are in a better position, they will tell you. But you know, somebody is better than you. No, you can be who you want to be. If you're focused, you have good hard work and God's grace. I always add God in whatever we do. Because with God, is the person that you can rely on, even where there is nobody, even where you feel you want to talk to somebody, and he can help you. You speak to him and he'll give you an answer. He's the best friend you can have in whatever you do. Instead of entering your shop or your supermarket and put medicine in Busimani, you put something to bring customers. Just call upon your God.
Around the Modala, you know, customers.
Yes, call upon Allah. And for me, I'm like I'm in both. I'm a Ruth and a Aisha. You get it? Call upon your God and say, God, I am putting up this school and I want it to work. I want you to bring me the best teachers. I want me to bring me a number of students that I want this year and make sure that I do what they want. Now, yes, some of you cut the chicken, you cut the head, you do this and this, you pour some water, whatever. You are wasting your time. And you are wasting your time. People who are watching me, focus on what you're supposed to do. They are people on the job that are women and are not growing. They are not growing. You've been at the same level. No government, they are bewitching you. How? You are coming late. You are always complaining. You're giving birth every year. You are not going back to study. Eh? You don't accomplish your task in a day. And then you come on weekends and then you put small things under people's desks. For what? You come and cut people's hair and take it somewhere. You are wasting your time, women. We need to sort out things, and then you complain to God. Even when you go to pray in an overnight and you're not organizing yourself, it will not work. God will not listen.
Wow. Yeah. Amazing words of encouragement to the viewer who is watching, and of course the entrepreneurs, some of the women who have been putting in their issues on this very platform. Others do cite out. There's someone who really mentioned something I've remembered, falling. You have your business. At the end of the day, the investment does not work out right, and then you let go. She was so emotional, and she really had to close, like you put it, some of the other businesses you've closed yourself. But she realizes that most of the women are not embraced. They don't know where to run to. She had a strong dad. A good thing she saluted her dad, and the men out there were supporting the women. And she's like, her dad helped her get up, but not providing the money, but like, you can do it, my daughter, you can. What happens to such women out there who have failed? reaching that moment of like, I have to close down. They say there's no association, no organization that advises entrepreneurs who have fallen and encouraging them to get back up on their feet.
I think this is reminding me about what we are going to do under GROW. Because under the GROW project, we'll have the co-course program where we would even have mentors for women. I think 5 years is a good time to enjoy this moment. This intervention will be there for 5 years, and who knows, maybe government will be able to put in more resources for this. So I want to encourage women to embrace this, but as a woman in the sector you're in, there must be an association in that sector. Any sector that I know, because PSFU has over 280 business associations, and I know that whatever sector you're in, if you're failing, go and join your will at least. Or they must be, look for at least go to Rotary if you're failing. Because you know, once you meet these people that have the same mindset, they become your friends, and you discuss things of relevancy and growth to you. And these particular things will help you grow. So a number of times people are not getting, I can tell you, when you relate to a number of business women in the same sector, you hear a lot. You share challenges, you learn and see. There are many things that I've learned from fellow business women. And I want to encourage these women, if you are into business at your level, muina name yongeja women entrepreneurs, I don't know if I list associations, there are so many, even when you're in real estate.
But you know the complaints that come through?
Yes.
They're like, there are so many. Youth livelihood, they're the same faces in those associations.
Yes, no.
At the parish
I am
level.
talking about, these ones are not for just accessing money. I am talking about where you can go for networking. You get it? If you're a small scale person, go to UMA Uganda Small Scale Industries. If you have a cottage industry, there is Uganda Tailors Association. There is one for women in creative arts. There is one for real estate. There is professional women in media.
You register and be part of it.
You get it? UMA. There is, you register and be part. Lawyers. They are female lawyers. They are women in agriculture. They are, you know, I think that maybe one of the things that we are going to do is also to list all these associations where women can go. Maybe. You get it? Because there is one. I can tell you there is one. There's even one for those that do comedy. Anything that you're involved in, women in ICT, they are there. They are there. You see, if you take interest, let me tell you, if you take interest in something and you search for it, you find it. But if you don't take interest, you will not find it. You get it? There are even people that I'm here speaking to millions, but others are not watching. You get it? And if something watches this and you know you have a friend that needs it, just record and then just share it to another person. And you can take my TikTok on Dr. Aisha Ruth Kasolo. Just say Aisha Ruth Kasolo, Dr. Aisha Ruth Kasolo. You find all these things, I'll put it there. And you are able to see even much more. And I'll be able to assist people. But also on the GROW project, on the PSFU website, that information will be there. And I want to encourage people, if you know, if you're near Uganda Women Entrepreneurs Association, wherever they go, we want to support it. There is SEWA, Council of Economic Empowerment of Africa. It is there. There are some Federation of Women. There is FUE. There are so many that you can go. I think our challenge we have right now is that we need to also support strengthening of these associations. And I think that will be some of the things that we'll do.
Yeah, that is also equally important. Well, for the women out there, others do complain. Everyone wants a portion of us, the community, the church itself, our families. Before the men complain, your check is bigger. Such complaints as well. How do you balance before we let you go? We have a few minutes to go.
Balancing family and...
Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone wants a portion of you at the end of the day as a woman.
I think as a woman, first of all, you have to, for you to give love, you must first have love. And this is what I always say. You can't give a smile when you can't give. When you can't smile, I think you have seen that by just being with me, you all feel warm. And this is what I give to people. It's what I give.
Someone feels the love when Dr. Ruth is around.
For me, when you're with me, you feel it. You feel me. Even at work, I want people to feel that I don't want folded faces around me. And this is what will keep a woman fresh and young. You don't grow old. You become a blessing in people's lives. Now, you cannot be a blessing to your own children, to your own husband, to your own family, to your own church, to your own mosque, or to your own community when you don't have it. You only give what you have. And if women are able to learn how to first love themselves and be positive on themselves, then they can give it back. There are so women I know that are too negative. There is a woman I will not tell. She's so negative, so negative.
At everything.
She's in a particular ministry I will not say, but everybody cries about this woman. They say, this woman is so toxic. She doesn't want anybody
even
to
to
be
fellow
happy.
women. Even to fellow women.
And sometimes it's so worse. Women are the worst to fellow women. And it's so absurd. It is so absurd seeing a woman who wants to be a pain to a fellow woman. How can God create you like that?
Gone are the days. It's an error to lift a sister
And you know
up.
now, as a woman, if you say, I want to make sure I am happy. I want to make sure I say I'm a woman. I want to be happy. I am blessed. I know where I'm going. I know what I want. And you get time for yourself to look good, to be happy. You will have good moments with your children, even when they are small moments. You will have fun with them. If it's about your family, you will have fun with them. And if it's about your business, you go in there. When you talk to your workers, you know, women enter, they say, you come. Even before they say hello, they are already
They're looking
quarreling.
at little things.
They are looking at what you've not
looking
done.
at someone's broken
Why?
lipstick.
Because they do not love and believe in themselves. And for me, that is extremely very important. The moment you love yourself, you will give this love to your workers. You will give this love to every single person, to your driver, to your cleaner, to your shamba boy, because you have it. We should not be people. A woman should be somebody that lifts others, should be somebody that can be able to turn around things, co-create. And if you want to do that, then it starts with you. And I think we have a lot to do. A woman must look at building herself. If you have a degree or a certificate, you cannot take 15 years and you never added on anything. Even when you did not go to school, you can learn a new skill. Because an empowered woman is a woman that is able to rise above others, even when you're short. Sometimes people say, they used to tell me I was small.
I know
before.
the intimidation, like you're small
say,
and
so small.
short.
Even,
That's how
you know,
they go,
my husband always says I'm short. And I say, yes, I'm short, but you're tall and I have you. And I can tell you, I can say what I want to say to you, even when you're tall. And that is what I have to say all the time. As a woman, you might be so short. You can be too dark. You might have been, you know, but I can tell you, God can raise you from where you are, from your shortness to greatness.
From what other people are saying.
From the kind of family you came from. You know, sometimes it's about a family. You know, in my family,
the boys have taken
we are far. We are not in the things. Who says you can be in the things from anywhere? People always think, you know, these people are in the things. Who says?
They're in the things they have.
Which people?
They're networking much better.
And this is the problem. And when they see people, they always think, I'm telling you, for me, for example, whatever that I'm doing, I have never had a secondment from State House. No, I have been able to get it on merit. I have read my books. I work so hard. Now, when people see somebody up, hey, that one is connected. No, for you, they gave you a job. You decided to get pregnant every year. You didn't go back to school. You didn't do your masters. Who can give you that opportunity?
And then they're like, Dr. Ruth has someone.
Listen, they gave you a job and you started. You did not deliver. You didn't deliver. You get it. Many people do not deliver. You get it, and they are complaining. They are complaining, and when they see people who are
can they even notice that they're not delivering?
They don't.
They will not notice.
The point would be, if I tell you my story long time ago, you see somebody now, and I have told you at 22, I had already my own house, but I had it. So whom did I steal at 22 years by that time? You get my point? At 22, and I remember I paid for my dad, my mom, a trip. When I was about 25 years, I paid for my mom a trip with my brother, and I gave them a holiday to go. At 25, 26, how many young people can do that? I did it. And by that time, whom did I steal? You get my point? So people do not know. When I remember when I walked out and I went to Canaan site, they are selling land, and I said, I don't have money. By that time, they are Hosanna. It was called Hosanna Real Estate. Then they became Hosanna Properties. Now they are Canaan site. I went there and they gave me a plot. I deposited 500,000 or 300,000. And I started paying slowly my first plot in Chitende. I bought it at 6 million. Now it is over 700 million. And I kept on buying slowly. So you come and see so many titles and you forget that for me when I travel, I go up country, I would save my money and I put. Now when people see you, a plot you bought 5 million, you're now selling it at 100. Hey, they make a lot of noise. And that is the problem with Ugandans. They do not believe that there are people who can work so hard. And when they are given an opportunity, they use their money well. Why don't you focus on using the money you have well? Why do you focus on competing on yourselves? Many people are competing. You buy a car when you can't afford a car. Who are you who's buying a car? and you have to get fuel and you're earning 500,000. Are you stupid? This is how Ugandans are. And then you complain, you know, for us, we are not, you are all earning the same salary, but people are living a different life. You get it? There are decisions that people do. You get it? For me, I made a decision and I said, I want to do my master's so early. By 26, 25, I had my master's. Many people have gotten them at 35, and I became a director at 26 years. And you're directing those that are... You get it? I became a director older than you at 26 with my master's. You get it? Lessons learned, Dr. You get Ruth, it? All through your journey. Lessons learned is that time never come back, and opportunities never come back. Once you have an opportunity, use it, because it will never come back unless you're lucky. Chances of opportunities coming back about 20%. So when you have that opportunity, if you know the guy that has the biggest supermarket, go in there and say, can I supply mushrooms? If he gives you that opportunity, use it. It might not come back. Yes. It might not come back. Yes. And people don't know that. Stop your stories and focus and work. How I wish we had more time. An extra hour or something. We cannot really exhaust a conversation for today's episode. She's a brilliant, a superwoman, puts away the lipstick and the heels to deliver, to place the best foot forward and empower each and every single person who is around her, and not forgetting our economy as a whole. It's been an amazing episode. Thank you so much for coming through. No. How I wish we could have you once again. We'll see. We'll see. Aren't you sending greetings? Yes, I want to saluting people before we let you go. I want to first thank His Excellency the President for supporting innovators. I really do appreciate for supporting the private sector. He's a pro person that is really pushing the private sector. I want to thank my Prime Minister, Majegeri. She's doing a great job. She's making us proud. Please go ahead and do what you're supposed to do better. Forget about other people. We love what you do, and the moment you're able to also support interventions that are able to create employment, for me that is fantastic. I want to thank all the young people out there that are innovating, that are doing a great job. We applaud you. Please go ahead and do your best. Yes. Greetings to Honorable. Oh, to my husband, Honorable Aaron Akasolo, my husband. Please, he's a hard worker. Most people don't know he works so hard. He really, really, really works so hard. And I know how he works so hard. Please work so hard. Work so hard and show people that you can work. You can make your hands dirty. We will make our hands dirty to show Ugandans that even if you do hard work, you can succeed in life. Even without all these other things, you do your hard work, and we are going to continue doing the hard work. And I want to thank him for supporting me. Amazing. He really, really is somebody that supports women. He would go ahead to support. Even when I tell him I'm going to do this, he will say, okay, here, this is how you're going to do it. And I think having men that are able to support their women is something very important. And for me, I want to thank him. He's really a supporter of women, and he really supports me. I want to thank him so much on that. Yeah. Wow. And for more women, please come to PSFU. You'll get support from Dr. Ruth. Go to DIT as well. If you've never gone to school and you have your skill, go to DIT and they're able to assess you and you get a skill. Yeah. Salute to the men out there who are supporting the fathers, the different organizations who are supporting the women. And here you have your UBC Deputy ED, your Deputy ED, Maurice Mogisha. He's a pro-woman. That one with women, Maurice loves women. This man, he loves women, he believes in women, he lets women lead, and I want to applaud you, Maurice, for that. Please keep it up. And there's so many men out there that are really, really championing causes for women, and have agreed to say, I want to let the women lead. I want to thank these men, and I want to say supporting a woman is a good cause. Let's keep it up. And to Stephen Asime. Stephen Asime is a good guy. Stephen, you know, I've worked with good men. I worked with Stephen Asime, Gideon Badagawa, Gabriel Hatega. These are fantastic men. They let women take the show. And for me, that is extremely exciting. Allowing a woman to take a show is a bridge. You don't know what it means to women's life. And for me, that's extremely exciting. Lifting a sister. Yeah. Wow, we cannot exhaust. It's been an amazing episode. Thank you for watching. God bless you. Keep following the national broadcast. There is more to come your way. My name is Sandra Kahunde, and today I was humbled and honored to be joined by Dr. Ruth Aisha Biyinzika Kasolo. Wish you all the best, and thank you for lifting us as sisters. God bless you.